สวัสดีครับพระอาจารย์ครับผม
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. We will go to our first participant, who is Jordan Leach. Hi, Jordan.
Good evening, Ajaan.
How do you find Bangkok to be?
Well, it's a little better now. I found an apartment, so I just moved in a couple of days ago, and it feels nice to have a quiet place to retreat to.
How far is it from your school?
It's about 40 minutes.
40 minutes. That's quite a
40
way.
minutes. A bit of a ways, but
by what? By bus or by taxi or?
About 15 minutes of that is walking, and the rest is on the BTS.
I see.
It's
okay.
near On Nut station.
On Nut. The school is here near On Nut, or the apartment is near On Nut?
The apartment is, the school is near Nana.
No. Okay, once you get to the BTS, then you just...
yeah, it's pretty straightforward, just a few.
Few stations and you're there.
Yeah.
And from On Nut, you have to walk into your apartment.
That's right. Yeah. But about 10 minutes from there. It's a nice neighborhood though. And, yeah.
It's good exercise too, huh?
Exactly.
Minutes.
That's how I think about it. Yeah. I don't want to get out of shape. So yeah.
Good. So do you have anything?
Ajaan, I have one question that came to mind. I wrote it down. So are there invisible beings who can influence us negatively, or is it only the kilesas in our own hearts?
Well, it depends on whether you can connect with them or not in the first place.
Okay.
If you can connect with them, then who knows what they will convince you to do, good or bad. It depends. Like if you could connect with the Arahant, they would convince you to do good things.
I see.
So you have to have this ability to be able to connect with them, which is upachara samadhi.
Okay.
If you don't worry about it. And usually they cannot come and influence your mind and turn you into a devil or something like that. It's your own defilement that turns yourself into a devil.
Okay. So no one to blame.
Yeah, no one to blame. They might be able to talk to you and convince you to do something.
So for example, Mara is just a personification.
That's right.
Okay.
Of your evil thoughts, of your bad thoughts.
Okay. Thank you, Tanajan, for clearing that up.
Okay.
I don't have any more questions. So.
If you have strong mindfulness, then your mind will not be able to mislead you into thinking about doing bad things.
Okay, so we should just have to prioritize that and
You practice mindfulness a lot, and then your mind will be empty of thoughts. Then your mind will be calm and peaceful and happy. Okay.
and that way I won't. If my mind is free from thoughts, I won't. The thoughts won't. I won't be talking myself into doing things that are
Yes.
unskillful, right?
That's right. Usually your thoughts are guided by your defilement.
Okay.
So try to stop as much as possible. Especially, usually your thought, your sensual desire will usually push you to think in terms of going after sensual pleasures. And this is a hindrance to your meditation practice. When you have sensual cravings, then you'll find yourself restless and agitated. But if you have mindfulness, if you recite mantra continuously, then this thought about sensual cravings will not be able to come up.
I think, using the mantra, Bhutto, I think that's good for me because I can keep repeating it, during various activities, and I won't. For example, when I'm trying to just be mindful of the movements of my body, I think I'm more likely to get lost in thought. And but if I can use Bhutto, then that's more.
Like when
it's a
you
little easier for me.
When you walk from your apartment or back to your apartment, you can recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. But you also have to look at the street that you're walking. You have to be aware of what's going on around you too, but not be distracted by them. That's all.
เข้าใจครับ
ดีมากดีมาก โอเค
ขอบคุณมากๆครับท่านอาจารย์
ไม่เป็นไร
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'll go to New Delhi. Rajat.
Good evening, Tanajan.
How's life treating you? Okay.
Very well. I'm happy, peaceful.
Any question tonight?
Right now, I don't have a question, Ajahn. I'm listening.
Okay. I'll go to Penang. Okay, Yen So. Hello.
Tanajan, good evening. Happy to meet Tanajan and all the team members. No question, Tanajan.
Okay. Go to Kuala Lumpur then. Alvin.
Namaskar, Tanajan. I've got no question as well. Just come in and listen. Greetings to Tanajan. Thanks.
What about Titima in Bangkok?
กราบนมัสการค่ะพระอาจารย์ Don't have any question ค่ะ
Either. About Kokseng from Singapore.
Yeah, good evening, Prajan. No questions at the moment. Thank you, Prajan.
Okay, I'll go to Switzerland with Professor Ken. Hi, Professor.
Namaskar, Prajan. Hello.
Any
I also have
comment?
no questions at the moment, Ajahn.
Okay. We'll go to Kwan Liman back in Malaysia.
ท่านอาจารย์ Yes, I have something to ask Ajahn. Ajahn, I feel the difference when I talk less and think less, and it automatically will the thoughts reduce, and I don't have much thoughts even throughout the day unless I want to think. So it becomes relatively empty and quiet, and I feel my attention is more inwards than outwards. So Tajan, even when I'm doing work throughout the day, I feel empty and not much thoughts. And because of this, the mind is like not thinking and not reflecting on the four elements or death or anything. It just want to be quiet and empty. So what should I do when it is?
You should meditate. You should sit down and get the mind to become still. But your mind is not yet still. It still have some thoughts going on, but not as it used to be. So you want to stop it completely by sitting and meditate as much as possible.
Okay.
Don't worry about the vipassana, the wisdom part yet. Try to get the mind into jhana and get upekkha, equanimity first. Once you have strong equanimity, then you can then start thinking about vipassana, wisdom, the four elements, the anatta, the anicca of the body, nature of the body, so that you can be able to give it up, let it go, give it back to nature. It doesn't belong to you, your body. It's the delusion that claims the body to be you. And you cling on to it so tight. The only way to be able to let go of this attachment is to have upekkha, have equanimity from your meditation. You know it's not you, but right now you cannot let go of it. You're like a Siamese twin. Your mind and your body are connected so tight. The only way to get rid of it is to get upekkha, get equanimity. So you have to practice a lot of meditation to get into equanimity. When you're in equanimity, when you're in jhana, you're temporarily separated from the body. And after you come out of meditation, the mind and the body will reconnect. Then you start teach the mind to let go of the body, to teach the mind anicca, dukkha, anatta, nature of the body, all the time when you're not meditating. So that whatever happens to your body, you will not be affected. You will not get any dukkha. Because you know that it doesn't belong to you, that it's going to have to be separated from you one day. It's going to have to die. So if you willingly let it die, then you will have no dukkha, no suffering. Okay? You have strong enough ability to let go of your attachment yet?
Not strong enough. You mean the body?
Yeah, when you let go of your body, not be afraid of it, whatever happens to it.
Conventionally, yes, but when it comes to the real situation, I'm not sure if I can let go. Tanajan.
Well, you have to find out. Go to the cemetery and spend the night there alone in the cemetery.
Cemetery.
Or in the forest somewhere.
I'm going to the forest end of March for 1 week, but together with a group of is a retreat, so it's not alone.
Mm. You have to take the test alone. because you cannot rely on anybody to protect you.
Yes. Yes.
It gives you a
That's
false
all
sense
very
of
grounded.
security.
Yeah.
When you're around people, it gives you a false sense of security. But when you're alone, you feel really scared, you feel really exposed. Then you can test your attachment, whether you can let go of your attachment or not.
Yeah. So I have to go to Kauchion again.
Well, wherever, that doesn't matter which particular place that you feel threatened, you feel that your life might be be harmed, and see if you're not afraid or not.
Okay, Ajahn. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next, Claudia, also from Switzerland. Hi, Claudia. How do you find your new life in Switzerland like? Good?
Good afternoon from Switzerland. Yes, life is good at Switzerland. I enjoy my little job at the Red Cross. And now I try to overcome my biggest attachment. I was talking with Kenneth some weeks ago when we met each other at the monastery in Dhammatalk. I try to get rid of my attachment to follow political issues. And this is really very hard. So I try to replace at least one day a week, Tuesday. I try to replace watching the news by listening to Dhamma talks or maybe more meditation. And I try to expand it to 2 days a week, not to watch the news. And I realize it's very, very difficult to me. But I try.
Yes. If you try, you'll find a difference between watching the news and not watching the news. And your mind is much better off when you're not watching the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to be very mindful when my mind tells me, oh, you have to watch the news or you have to see what's going on in Germany. I try to convince my mind not to watch the news, but to look on YouTube, maybe to listen to a Dhamma talk about or of Ajahn Mahaboa or Ajahn Chah. So yeah, I try to do that instead of.
Yes, if you want to follow the news of the world, you just look that everybody's gonna get old, get sick, and die. That's all you need to know, really.
Yeah.
That's the real news. The real
Yes.
news, the news that people don't want to follow.
And it's so interesting to realize how much the imagination of herself is connected to my interest in politics, because when I use the word myself, it's like the fear to lose myself if I'm not involved in political issues. So when I stop to get involved in political issues, I maybe or hopefully lose myself. So this is something I always repeat in my mind. It's liberation.
That's what you want to do, to lose yourself, because yourself is just a delusion.
Yes.
There's no self.
Yeah. So I hope that I will lose myself by not identifying myself with political issues, because I really need to lose this attachment. Otherwise, I will not do any progress.
Anytime you want to follow the news, just tell them it's all the old story. Everybody getting old, getting sick, and die.
Yeah.
So that's the real truth, that we don't want to think about.
Yeah.
We just want to
So
think.
I hope that I will keep this strength and get stronger and stronger, because my mind feels much better when I don't watch the news.
That's right. No disturbance, no agitation.
Yeah.
Good. Try to stick to the regimen, the discipline.
I will try.
Okay, good. Anything else?
No, not at the moment. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll go to Anura in New Zealand. Quite early in the morning for you now.
Hi, Namaskaram, Ajaan. Yes, just past 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I have no question, Ajaan, so I'm happy to listen to Dhamma.
So what you do after this? You go back to sleep?
Yeah, maybe I had about 3 hours sleep, so I'll get another 2 hours sleep before I go back to work
I see.
after this. So we're still recovering from our trip. Ramya won't be joining. She's still jet lagged. Yeah.
You just got back. Yeah.
We back Sunday lunchtime, New Zealand, and started working on Monday morning. And we had very good last few days were it's very good. So we went to Qingdao Cave, so we had some meditation session inside Ajaman's cave. That was one of the highlights. So, and also we went up to Luampo Sim's cave.
Yes,
where his
Tampapong.
cave. Yeah,
Tampapong.
what Tampa Plong, yeah. So those two are the highlights. So it's inside Ajaman's cave is amazing. So once we sat down, it's no thoughts came in. It's an amazing place. So
it's a good place to be alone to meditate.
So much energy in there. Another highlight at Tangaja is so we in Wat Pa Dhammapala Ajaan Noon's monastery, we saw relics from some of the lay people in the village, so who have purified their mind. So that was so convincing, and that our path is right. So we can achieve, we can attain, we can cross the stream. So that's a confidence that we got.
Yeah, it's good to make a pilgrimage.
Yes. So yeah, I want to do it again when maybe next time if that would come up. Anyway, I need to practice. So practice is good. So after the pilgrimage, I'm using Buddha a lot.
Yeah. The purpose of the trip is to inspire your practice, not to become more attached to your pilgrimage.
Yeah, true. So true. I mean, I inspire the teachers like you, and so we went to Wat Pa Arana Vivek, Luampo.
Luampo Plain, I think.
Luampo Plain Monastery. So Luampo Lamai, so gave us a good Dhammatalk for about more than an hour, Q&A. And we said that we visited, paid respect to you and listened to your Dhamma. He said, you're so lucky to have a first-class meditation teachers like you. So he said, you are highly regarded in Thailand, and thank you. So we are so fortunate to listen to them from you, Thang Ajaan.
Okay. Keep up your practice, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Go to Kyuyan Dong. Long time no see. Where are you now? In London or back in Thailand?
Hello, Thanachan. I'm in Hanoi right now.
Hanoi.
Yes. I'm sorry I cannot pay respect to you properly because I've been having a burn in my leg. It's been a month now. I feel I haven't used this opportunity a lot because it's so painful and I couldn't get much out of it. Now it's on the mend. I have to pick the skin and so on every day. And I don't feel much of Asubha.
It's not Asubha that you have to, it's not Asubha that you should worry about. It is your painful feeling that you want to deal with.
Yeah, I could at first I have to use all of my strength to endure the pain because it's not normal, not normal boiling water burn. But that is like nearly most of what I could do. Not much in terms of other benefit.
You want to use this as a test to teach yourself to let go of the vedana or the feeling, such as this painful feeling. Treat it as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Or
I saw.
If you could not yet let go of it, then you should use mindfulness to separate your mind from the painful feeling, to leave the painful feeling alone by reciting mantra or keep watching your breathing, your breath, meditate.
I had to use the Bhutto a lot to go through it. But it's also, I had to sleep more to forget about it.
Yeah, you try to do as much as you can.
Yeah.
When you're awake, when your mind start to feel agitated or painful, then you should teach your mind that it's the body that is painful, in pain, not the mind. The mind just merely knowing the pain. So don't create any cravings for the pain to disappear.
That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. Try to separate the mind from the pain from the body.
Yeah, but I don't feel I benefited a lot from it. I just like try to teach myself. It's the body which is painful, that it's not the mind which is painful. But that's all I could do. I don't think it went in a lot.
Yeah, you just have to teach yourself to look at the painful feeling like the weather. Yeah. You cannot control the weather, so you cannot control the pain. So you just have to leave the pain alone. If it comes, if it wants to stay, let it stay. Don't have any wish for it to go away, to disappear.
Sure.
Just try to learn to live with the pain. Accepting the pain. That this is part of your destiny. I didn't make the mind not being disturbed or disturbed by the pain. Keep the mind calm and peaceful.
Thank you, Ajaan.
How long you plan to stay in Hanoi?
I'm flying back to London this weekend.
Have you heard of your Ajaan, what's his name? Who you used to stay? Yes.
Yeah, I was there when it happened.
Really? Let's see. I guess it's unfortunate. Things can happen to anybody.
Yes. But he's getting better.
Yes, that's what I heard. Is steadily recovering.
Yeah.
Hope he can return back to normal eventually.
It will never be normal. Yeah, it will leave a lot of impact. It cannot never be normal. It cannot be back to before again, for sure.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how your mind reacts to it also. Maybe your mind can be better off from it, from the experience, or worse. It depends whether you know how to teach the mind the right way or not. The right way is to see the pain as anicca, dukkha, anatta. So have you been practicing when you were here with Ajahn Nippon? Were you with him at his monastery when you said you were here?
My burn happened just the day after I came, so that was a big practice for me.
So you couldn't stay in the monastery then?
I did. I stayed for nearly 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Back and forth to hospital every day, and I have to be back to Hanoi to get to seek like a herbal treatment because it's not improved.
It's getting better now with the herbal treatment.
Yeah, it's much better now. Yes, I see the mend already. The dead skin is nearly off. Like I have to cut it every day, but it will take a long time.
Okay, I hope you have full recovery.
Thank you very much.
All right, you have any question?
That's all that I wanted to ask. What to do to make it more beneficial for me?
Just accept the truth that this is part of the nature of the body. It is subjected to aging, sickness, and death. And the mind just have to learn to accept it when these things happen.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Go to Sao Paulo with Alfredo.
Hi, Bante.
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
Happy?
Practicing.
Happy?
Yes. Yes. Normal.
Normal, okay.
Anatta, Bante, anatta.
Anatta. No dukkha. No dukkha.
No, dukkha, yes, né? Dukkha is thinking, né, Bante? Thinking is dukkha, né?
Yeah, thinking about defilement. Thinking with
Yes,
defilement is
yes.
dukkha.
Yes.
Thinking
yes.
with craving.
Yes. Bante, why Buddha say, I am Buddha? Buddha have anatta, né, Bante?
Well, the word Buddha means the one who knows, the knower. He knows the truth. He knows the Four Noble Truths. So he
the knower is for
Buddha is
jhana.
enlightened. Buddha means enlightened. I am enlightened. I'm Buddha.
Yes, yes. Not a personal phrase, né, Bante?
Well, we live in two worlds, a conventional world and absolute world.
Yes.
So when we talk, we have to use conventional language.
Yes. Yes.
So, so like you and me, we use conventional, but in fact, there's no you or me, right? We're just 2 5 khandas communicating right now.
Yes.
Vedana, sanya, rupa, vedana, sanya, sankhara, vijnana.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And the access to knower is good too, né, Bante? Buddha has the capacity
to be able to see,
to reach the knower, to reach the perfect knower, né, Bante?
Yeah, to know that everything is just natural phenomena. No people, no animal, no nothing. We just make up this concept.
Yes,
No Alfredo. It's all 5 khandas.
Yes, a perfect mind.
Yes.
It's possible a perfect mind, né, but it's possible. It's Nibbana.
Yes, Nibbana It's when you finally have got rid of all your delusion, got rid
Yes.
of all your cravings.
Moha, dosa, and loba.
Mhm. That's right.
Yes.
Have you got there yet?
I try, but I
Okay.
practice.
Keep it up, okay? Let me know when you get there.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, you're welcome. Go to Anne Kachinda, if I pronounce your name correctly. Where are you from?
กราบน
เกี่ยวชิน
มัส
ดา
การค่ะ
อืม
กราบนมัสการค่ะ I'm right close by Washington D.C., United States. I actually Thai, but I want to eavesdrop and learn English when you talk the Dhammatalk, so I can learn more the English words that have used.
You find it useful?
Yes, sometimes I have to translate Dhamma at the Wat Thai, Washington D.C.
I see.
So I need to learn more from you.
Good. You have any question you like to ask tonight?
Yes, please. If I may, I would like to know, I understand that mind and body is separated, and I know that it's my natural condition, but sometimes when I have to do something that I have to focus or concentrate, it started to tense up inside the body. I feel like the core of the body is tense up while the mind is calm. So the tense up can, the tension can last for hours after meditation, or even though I don't meditate, but I start to focus, concentrate on doing something. So I know it's a natural condition, but it's still ongoing. If you may give me some suggestion and
Maybe
guidance.
it's your defilement reaction to being under control. The mind, the defilement doesn't like to be controlled. It wants to be free. It wants to be able to think, to do whatever it wants to do. So when you start to control it with mindfulness, it can react and cause the body to have some something. So just ignore it. Just say, if you don't think it's a physical condition, then maybe just mental reaction to the practice, and just ignore it. Don't worry about it. But if it persists all the time, then you might have to go see a doctor. But I think this is more psychosomatic. This is based on your mind, induced by your mind.
When I first started practice meditation, I noticed it more, and I went through the doctor and have a checkup, MRI, brain scan, nothing going on. Everything is healthy and strong. So like you said, it could be the mind.
That's right.
So I'm just let it be.
Yeah, just try to use more mindfulness if you can. Keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. And when the mind eventually becomes calm, then I think all this condition will disappear.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. But if you find it too stressful to do it, then you have to reduce your practice maybe, because maybe it's more than you can handle, more than you can chew right now.
Sometimes I cannot say Bhutto, Bhutto, because it's make me even more tensed up. I only kind of know when thoughts arise, thought cease. When I started to, thinking or imagining about things, I know when it's happened, and sometimes I don't, and it just stop when I not acknowledge thinking. and
The
I
mi-
just
the-
noticed sensories.
The mind used to be free and it doesn't like to be controlled. See? When you try to control it, then you start to react. So just try to get a balance, not too much, not too little, somewhere in the middle way.
Right. I try to be in to be equanimous. How do you say that? Ubeka.
Yeah, equanimous.
Yeah, I try to do that, but try to do it naturally as well, not to try too hard.
Yes. Okay, just keep up. Do as much as you can. Okay. I'll go to Malaysia with Philip. Hi, Philip.
Hi, good evening, Ajaan. I wishing you well and wishing everybody well. I don't have any questions. I'm glad to be listening in tonight.
Okay, thank you. Go to full moon. I forgot where you're from. Indonesia?
I'm from China. Hello.
China. Okay, China.
Good evening, Ajaan. I'm from
Yes.
China.
What can I do for you?
And now I'm fighting a draw. It's hard to get a draw in China at my age. I feel a little sad.
Getting a what? A draw?
Yes.
What is it? I don't understand the word.
Oh, I need to get a draw to earn money, and then I can. And I don't have a draw now, so I'm it's a little hard, so I feel sad.
You mean not being able to make money?
Yes.
Well, try to use less money. See, don't spend much money. Then you don't have to have much money.
Yes, you are right.
Only spend on the essential. The non-essential, then don't spend on your money on them. Just spend on food, clothing, housing, and medicine. That's all you should spend your money on. Other things are considered luxury. If you only spend on the essential, then you don't have to have much money.
Yes, I change my traits my behavior. Okay. I have a question instead. How can we know a liar person whether he is a sotapanna?
Well, you have to be a sotapanna yourself first to be able to judge whether another person is a sotapanna or not. And you have to talk and ask questions to find out whether that person really knows what you know or not. See? So if you are sotapanna, you will know what question to ask another person.
Oh, but
if you're not, then you don't know the question to ask. So don't worry about it. If you cannot find out whether that person is a sotapanna or not, just doesn't matter.
Okay.
But you don't have to believe that person if he or she said that he or she is a sotapanna. If you cannot prove it, the Buddha said just don't believe or don't disbelieve. Just leave it alone until you can prove it for yourself.
Okay, that's good. Oh, that's very good.
Okay.
Sotapanna, if someone is a sotapanna, he wants to get married and have a kid?
Yes, Sotapanna still have sexual desire.
Oh,
A Sotapanna can let go of his attachment to his body, not afraid that the body will get sick, get old, or die. But he still has sexual desire for other people's body. She wants to get married. She wants to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
okay, I understand. It's very hard.
Well, if it's easy, then we all be enlightened by now. We all be Sotapanna by now. But it's not impossible if you practice. You have to practice sila, keep the precepts, especially the 8 precepts, and practice mindfulness and meditation. Then study the nature of the body to see that the body is not you, you're not the body. Then you can become a Sotapanna. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Which part of China are you in?
Oh, on the south of China. It's
South China, Kunming?
no. It's the Guangdong province.
Guangdong, near Hong Kong, close to Hong Kong.
I'm not
No.
Guangdong. I'm not from Guangdong. I'm not from the Guangxi province. It's at the right of the Guangdong province, and Guangdong province is near the Hong Kong.
I see.
Also near the Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand. Okay.
Yes. I've been to Thailand for 2 months, and then I go back China because I need to buy a drug to earn money from myself. Okay.
Okay. So now you're making money, working to make more money. So you can spend more money when you have money to spend.
I don't need to a lot of money. I know I just excess so,
Yeah.
You told me.
Yeah. Just try to spend only on the essential, don't spend on the luxury.
Yes.
Then you don't have to work so hard to make so much money. Then you will have time to practice Dhamma. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, Ajaan,
You're
for
welcome.
encourage me for thank you for encouraging me. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'll go to Bangkok now to be Ravin.
Hi, good evening, Ajaan.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm back to work. So,
Where were
Ajaan,
you?
last week I was in Pattaya. I was also working, but I wanted to change of atmosphere. So I spent 4 or 5 days there, and it was good to see you.
You could work at home.
Yes, my company gives the flexibility to work hybrid. You can choose if you want to work at home or at the office. But if there's important meetings, then I need to go into the office. But it's a flexible option, so it works well for me.
Good. Okay, you were saying?
I was just saying I have one question, Prajan, since we are talking on the topic of letting go of attachment to the body. So is my understanding correct that there are 3 things to let go of? The fear of aging, the fear of sickness, and the fear of death. Is that correct?
Yes. Sickness is the fear of painful feeling, pain. So this is the five khandas. The body is the rupa khanda, and the feeling are the nama khandas. So they make up, they become the five khandas. If you can let go of this, then you can let go of the five khandas. Letting go means leaving them alone. Don't try to control or manage them in the way that you want, which is not possible. You want to control, make your body not getting old, not getting sick, and not dying. This is something that you cannot do, and it will cause you a lot of suffering, a lot of mental suffering. If you don't want to have any mental suffering, then you just have to leave the body alone. When it gets old, let it get old. When it gets sick, let it get sick. It doesn't mean that you cannot treat your body. You can treat your body, but your mind should not be worried about the sickness, whether you will get well or not, or whether you're gonna die. You must be ready to accept this happening. If you accept, then there will be no stress, no fear, no suffering. If you cannot accept, you still want to live, you want to get well, then they will become stressful to you.
So treatment of the body is treat according to the condition, but don't have any expectation of getting better. Just treat it as it is by the condition.
Well, just like you're feeding a dog, you look after the dog, you give it food and whatever, and give it food, then give it the essential things to exist. But in the back of your mind, you have to know that eventually it's gonna get old, get sick, and die. If you can look at your body as your pet instead of yourself, then maybe there won't be so much stress there. The problem is we're looking at the pet as being ourselves, looking at the dog as being ourselves. The body is just like a dog that we feed, we look after. But our delusion make us think that we are the body.
Yes. So treat the body as our pet. So we will know that it's temporarily.
That's right. And it's not you. The body is not you. The body is your pet, like a dog that you feed, that you look after. If you can treat your body like a pet, then you won't feel so much suffering, right? So much anxiety or worry. But you're treating your pet as being yourself, so that's what the problem is.
And the mental suffering is just as bad as the physical suffering, if not
Worse
more.
than the physical. The physical suffering is only 10%, while the mental suffering is 90%.
Wow. So it's much, much more painful.
Like the Buddha and the noble disciple, they can get rid of the 90% of the pain. So the 10% remaining pain doesn't bother them. See. The Buddha still feel the pain of the body, but he has no pain of the mind. There's no pain of the mind. 90% of the pain is being cured by the practice of meditation and wisdom. So you need both. You need to meditate also, and then you need to develop wisdom to see the body as being a pet, not being yourself.
So meditation makes the mind calm, and wisdom will try to destroy the defilements in our mind.
Right, and by trying to destroy the craving, the desire to to go against the truth of the body, which is the desire not to get old, not to get sick, and not to die. This is the cause of the mental suffering, the mental pain. 90% of it is caused by our desire not to get old, get sick, or die. But we studied the nature, we know we cannot stop the body from getting old, getting sick, or die. So all we need to do is to accept it. That's all. The mind can accept it if the mind has equanimity. But if the mind doesn't have equanimity, it cannot resist the desire to not get old, get sick, or die.
So our mind is kind of playing a trick on us, trying to let us not accept the true nature of existence, because we know the moment we are born that this nature will have to take its course, but our mind won't accept it.
Well, we don't want it to. Right? The mind doesn't want it to, even if it was the truth, and it tries to forget this truth. Nobody wants to think about getting old, getting sick, or die, right? Everybody always think about living longer, staying stronger, more healthy. Every time you wish them good health and longevity. You never wish them sickness or death, do you?
No.
But which
No.
is true though? Which is true?
It's the latter. It's
Right.
inevitable.
You don't wish them the truth. You wish them falsehood. You're lying to them. You're cheating them. Like when I say good health, long life, when you live a long life, I'm just lying to you, really. How can you live long life? How can you not die? But you just don't want to accept the truth, so I cannot say the truth to you. You'll get mad at me and will never talk to me anymore. I wish you die well. I wish you have a good sickness.
But that's the truth, though.
That's right.
But in conventionality, I don't think many people would take that well.
Because everybody is delusional. Everybody thinks they should last forever. They should live forever.
And then that's the problem.
Yeah. Even we all know we're all going to get old, get sick, and die. We still cannot stop this desire to go against this truth. So you need to constantly think about it. The Buddha said you should constantly think about, having been born, I'm subjected to aging, sickness, and death. Keep reminding yourself this truth. So so as not to forget. And then in order for the mind to be able to accept this truth, you have to meditate to get it to equanimity. So you need both. You need a reminder of the truth, which we call wisdom, constantly reflecting on anicca, dukkha, anatta. And then also you have to practice meditation to stop the mind from reacting to this truth.
Yes, Prajan. So that's why the Buddha said that Asotapanna has very, very little suffering left, because he's let go of all his attachment to the body.
Yes. But
So
he still have some other mental suffering that he still hasn't yet got rid of. The suffering from having a sexual desire. And the suffering from still being attached to the self concept in the mind. The mind still thinks that it is self. It has let go of the attachment to the body, but it still thinks that it is still an I, a me in the mind. which can cause suffering when things happen to to hurt the mind.
So the mind can still be hurt despite being free from the body.
Yes, it's still being hurt by the defilement, the remaining defilement that hasn't yet been.
So Prajan, the body is more of a coarser form of defilement, and the mind is more of a finer form of defilement. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
So the first step is to get rid of the attachment to the body, and then worry about the rest afterwards.
Then afterwards, you have to detach. You have to detach the mind from the self. There's no self in the mind. But the mind still think I am. I think I am, therefore I am. So you have to tell you where were you, where are you when your mind stops thinking? When you stop thinking, the I disappear, right? So the I can only come about from your thinking. So it's not real. It's just a form of, it's a concept. A fiction produced by the mind. The mind is like a story writer, creating stories by thinking about this and that, and say, this is me, this is I. But when you meditate and when you still the mind, then this thinking stops, and then this I, this concept disappear. So you have to remind yourself when you come out of meditation that there's no you. What is thinking, there's thinking, there's knowing, but this thinking is knowing is not you thinking or you knowing. It's just natural phenomena. But that's just too far. Now just try to get rid of your attachment to your body first.
Yes, Prajan, I think that's
or more simple, try to get rid of your attachment of the external thing first. Like your possessions, your physical comfort, and so forth.
Yes, Prajan, I will try and think more about that when I
Try
meditate.
try to keep the 8 precepts. This is a test of whether you can get rid of your physical comfort, your sensual pleasure.
Yes, I think last time I reflected that the 7th is probably the most challenging for me. The entertainment part of life. I think food is not too bad. I often skip evening meal.
What about drinking? No problem there.
I drink to a minimum now. I've stopped buying drinks into my house. I only drink sparingly. So I'm almost there, Prajan. It's just
okay. No drugs also.
No, never. Never.
Okay.
I drink sparingly.
Good. Maybe you should try to stop it once. Someday you should abstain from it entirely.
It's one of my midterm goals. I hope to one day stop drinking completely, because there really is no benefit to drinking except for saying we want to fit into society. But even that is an excuse in itself. That's something that I've learned, because I know people who don't drink and can still be in society and fit in. So it's more of an excuse to drink.
Maybe it's like when you drink, it numbs your mind and makes you forget about all your problems temporarily. Okay, anything else?
Not for now, Prajan. Thank you so much for your insight and your advice.
Okay. Go to Ryan. Hi, Ryan from Singapore. Ryan, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes. Ajaan, good evening. How are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Yes, I'm doing good. Just yesterday or over the weekend we had Longpu Interwai.
Yes.
Yes, he was here in Singapore.
Oh, really?
Yes. I heard it's very hard to invite him. He's normally very, very busy because he's like very famous Kruba Ajaan in Thailand. So he did say himself that all his disciples were very surprised when he told them that he accepted an invitation to Singapore.
Mhm. How long he's staying there?
Oh, he was just here over Friday to Monday, so just 4 days.
For the weekend.
Yes, just the weekend, and gave some teachings at Palelai Temple.
Ajahn King's there.
Ajahn King, he came to Singapore as well yesterday, so he's here for a short while, I think.
Mhm. So, did you understand what he said, or you have to use a translator?
My Thai is not great, so we had a translator who felt a bit awkward, unfortunately, because he's Taiwanese. So he was more comfortable translating to Chinese than English, but he was still a good translator nonetheless. So we managed to still understand the Dhamma from Longpu over the weekend.
Okay, that's good for Singaporean to be able to listen to his Dhammatalk directly.
Yes.
You have any question tonight?
Yes, Tanajan. So I'm just curious actually. This might not be such a very important question in general, but more just curious because you've met so many monks in your life. You're teaching monks yourself. So I just wonder, from where you are, having met so many monks after so many years of practice, very often a lot of monks, from what I see, it may not be the ideal situation, right? Not every monk ends up as a great Kruba Ajahn. Not every monk reaches the goal of, attaining the fruits. So I just wonder, in your opinion, let's say there's monks who maybe they ordain and then within a few months or a few years they had a very sudden unfortunate passing, they died, maybe they fell and they hit their head and they died, which happened before. I did come across a few who died young, or maybe there's other monks who they could have lived as a monk for many years, 20, 30, 40 years, but then they may not have achieved the fruit, or may not even have achieved deep samadhi even sometimes. Then they might feel very disappointed in their own practice. So that there's a lot of cases of monks who may not have reached their goals. So I just wonder, Tanajan, what's your opinion? Do you feel like their ordination was worth it?
It's not whether worth it or not. It's just this is the way how karma works for everyone. We all have our own karma, so the consequence of our karma are different because we did different kind of karma. So this is how I look at things that happen to people. They happen to them because of their own karma.
I see. So because karma is so wide ranging, so it's even for monks who seem to have the ideal situation of practice, but still sometimes it might be very hard for them to achieve the goal.
Yeah, there are many other factors besides their karma, the ability to develop the Dhamma is also can be a factor. Some have a lot of strong ability, some have weak ability. So this can also determine the status, how they become, whether they're successful or not. We call the 10 perfection Barami. We all have more or less developed this 10 perfection in our past life. And with this 10 perfection is the one we will determine our path in the Buddha's way of life. If we have a lot of perfection, then the likelihood that we can become attained more easily than if someone who has less perfection, has developed less perfection. The 10 perfection are dana, dana barami, sila barami, nekkhamma barami, ubekha barami, panya barami, adhithana barami, satya barami, what else? Viriya barami and khanti barami. These are the mental qualities that we had developed in the past, varyingly from individual to individual. Some have developed a lot, so their likelihood for them to achieve enlightenment is more than those who have developed less. Okay.
So in a way, Ajaan, you can kind of say that it's still worth it because even though they may not attain, but as living as monks, they are developing their parami.
That's right. They are developing dana barami, charity, precept, sila barami, nekkhamma, abstention from sexual cravings. So these things are good, beneficial. It's just that maybe they don't have developed it high enough, deep enough to be able to become enlightened.
Thank you, Ajaan. Just a side observation. I was scrolling through Palelai's pictures, and I managed to see that Ajaan, you actually gave talks over Zoom that were aired live at Palelai, like 2015, 9 years ago.
Yes, I think I gave one. It was Skype. Then there was no Zoom.
Oh yes.
But it was very difficult to. I think the sound system was not so clear.
I see. Yes. So that was the origin of this Zoom session, was it, Ajaan?
Well, not really. This Zoom session started because of the COVID. See, when there was COVID, there's no way that I could communicate with the students because nobody could not come into the monastery to listen to Dhammatalk like before. So then there this different types of programs, application that you can use for communicating online. So I tried Zoom and tried some other method also. But eventually Zoom seemed to be more lasting than the other method. I used to do live Q&A alone by myself on Sunday, reading people's questions, sending into the comment, but I find it very exhausting and so I eventually stopped. Didn't have time for rest. And I tried some Facebook Live. Facebook also have this kind of a program like Zoom, but it just didn't work out. Maybe I just didn't have put in enough effort or something. Eventually it turned into Zoom. It seems to be more convenient for everybody to join.
Yes, thank you very much, Ajaan, for offering these sessions. They're all very helpful. So I really
Yeah. I cannot do this alone. I have a few assistants helping with this.
yes, thank
Running
you
on
to
this.
all the assistants and admins.
Okay. Fine. Good luck to you.
Ajaan.
Next, we'll go to Nining. Nining, where are you from? Indonesia? You have to unmute your microphone. You see the somehow there's no, you cannot find the icon that asks you to unmute. It's usually down by the bottom left of your screen. Boy, what's happening?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you ask her to unmute?
Yeah, she has it already, but
It's still not on. It's still mute.
she used a cell phone. Let me check.
I'm sorry, we cannot communicate yet. Try to find the unmute button if you can find it and click on it. In the meantime, I'll go on to the next participant, okay? All right, go to Dubai with Aparachita. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Rajan?
Same, good, okay, happy?
Yes, happy and grateful for your wisdom because we have Ramadan now. So in Dubai, I think the traffic has gone absolutely crazy. So it's like you just have to patiently wait for almost 2 hours for a journey which takes 20 minutes. And
Because of Ramadan?
Ramadan is the Muslim
Fasting, I
period
heard it's
fasting,
yeah.
exactly, fasting.
But what that has to do with the traffic?
Yes, because all the offices get over early. So then at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, everybody is going all together back home. And so it's like really everywhere. And since people fast, obviously, lots of people are quite irritable and getting into accidents. So it's quite interesting phenomenon.
You cannot eat before sunset, right? You have to wait for after sunset.
And they don't drink water too. So
that's very hard. That's very hard.
Yes,
water.
Exactly. Yes. So, but I was.
Does everybody is required to observe if you're Muslim?
No, not everybody.
No.
It's just people who want to observe. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So so I tried to use a little bit of that, coming back to the mind and coming into acceptance, and like I can't do anything and it is helpful. Like I could have been irritated or I could choose not to be. So that was good.
So you use mindfulness too?
Yes, I actually also just chanted Bhutto or tried to just
let go, let go, let go.
Let go. Yes, and it actually felt okay.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Or you can use anatta. You cannot control this situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Like I'm stuck. So like I could be
Yeah.
stuck like that in so many parts of my life. I can do nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just have to accept it.
Yeah.
Once you accept, your mind become calm and peaceful.
Yeah.
Good. Do you have any question tonight?
No, no questions. Just happy to attend. Thank you.
Okay. I'll go to Toronto now with the two doctors, Indira and Pia.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ajaan from
Are you
Toronto.
practicing also, Indira?
No,
Or
not now. No, I
She's
just
manage
just
the
a
office.
housewife?
No,
No.
manage the office.
In the
I just
office,
work
yeah.
and I walk out, and the rest of is
She
see the
keeps the
faces and
money.
walk out.
You make the money and she keeps the money.
Yeah, I have an empty pocket all the time.
I donate.
My purse is empty.
Ajaan, I really the earlier person who spoke about the precepts, 8 precepts, and about drinking, I personally feel, I think for the path to progress, I think it's a very important thing to be away from like intoxicants that really, sometimes you don't realize it, but when you do give up, like it's so much easier, because that's what happened to Pial. he was not so much into Buddhism before, but I kind of like, I really like when made it, I
got
really,
for how many? I mean, I was 40. 20.
on his 40th birthday.
So 20 years ago, I got fully saturated. I didn't have to drink anymore.
But anyway, I just told him I want this, like one thing is for him to give up, and also like for us never to entertain anybody, offer anyone a drink at my house. He found it very difficult to accept, but later,
that was the best thing.
That was the best thing we did in our lives. So I just wanted to share it with everyone here.
Yes, especially in the West now, alcoholism is a widespread disease.
Yes.
Yeah. Even here, we have strict guidelines in Canada. I think it's less than 3 drinks per week is the new Canadian guidelines to drink alcohol because of increases the risk of 6 types of cancer. So it's high. It's a carcinogenic. It's a type 1, like it's like tobacco, it's like smoking, asbestos. Alcohol comes in the same grade of carcinogen. A lot of people don't know because they don't want to publish that,
Accept
it.
And also sometimes not only you drinking, but when you offer somebody else a drink, you're like, it's the same thing. It's not really, because then they can go and do things.
Yeah, that's why I think the intoxication Buddha talks about, both bodily and mentally. Mentally is mainly, right? You get heedless, right? You can do rest of all the akusala.
Other precepts can be broken
when you're intoxicated.
That's right. You cannot control your action. When you think about something, you cannot stop it from putting it into action, When
and
you
also,
if you want to hit someone, then you just go and hit someone.
And be careful here.
But Ajaan, actually, because lots of young people are more into alcohol, especially after COVID. So, that's why these guidelines that Canada has brought forward, it's really important. Now people are more aware. So
talking about intoxication, Buddha talk about another form of intoxication. It's in Anguttara Nikaya 3.39. Intoxication with youth, intoxicated with health, and intoxicated with life. So this is the one you talk about, the opposites of old age, sickness, and death. So the big picture, we forget because we are always intoxicated with youth, like say we are not going to get old. then intoxicated with health. In other words, we are not going to get sick. And intoxicated with life, that we are live longer. In other words, we are not thinking about death. So this is another form of intoxication. We don't see it, but it is happening all the time.
Happening to everybody,
Yes.
all of us.
Big picture.
Into a set.
You talk about the big picture.
If we don't think about aging, sickness, and death, then it means we are intoxicated.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And also, it's it's nice to be reminded, because sometimes in the West, especially, people forget, even old people like us. So, I mean, a lot of people, now, even when we go to the temple, I told Pial, like even my mom, 90, she's going to be 93, like people always say, Ayu no, like more longevity kind of, but like, so sometimes people, like, it's better to tell people about the reality of life and make them understand. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
But people know, but people just don't want to know. That's all. They know. We all know we all gonna get old, get sick, and die, but we just want to forget about it.
Yeah, we are too intoxicated.
Yeah, because it disturbs our fantasy. Our fantasy is to have a healthy, useful life. Healthy life and long-lasting life. But that's not just a fantasy people want to indulge in.
That's true.
True. Sometimes I remind some of the patients, even someone say 89, 90, I was never sick. So like I say, it's like a car, get a metaphor for the car. So 89 is 89,000 kilometers. So it's something is going to break sooner or later, So if it's a mileage you put in, right? It's going to happen.
Yeah, and also Thanajan, another thing about intoxicants, like I just remembered, one thing is when you don't drink and you don't offer drinks to friends, you lose a lot of friends. So because but then it's a good thing too, because it's people who want to socialize that way, who really want people to. So it's another way of progressing in the path, because you lose a Satpurusha, then you are left with Satpurusha people.
Well, Buddha said you should not associate with people who like to drink. Because if you do, they will ask you to drink with them.
That's true.
In many places, even Mahamangala Sutra, Buddha talks about that. Not to drink is a blessing, not to having intoxication. Many other places. I think your time is limited today. I think almost 10:30. So maybe I let you. There may be other questions from Facebook.
Okay. Maybe we have time. Maybe we can come back later.
Sure.
Thank you, Thanajan. Teruvan Saranai.
Go to Singapore with Belinda. Linda.
Good evening, Thanajan. I'm listening.
Okay.
I've already quit alcohol.
Okay. You already quit alcohol. No drinking anymore. Good.
So up to now, no drinking.
Okay. Who knows tomorrow? What tomorrow will be?
Stay mindful. Do our best.
Okay.
Good night.
Let me go to Ninding again. Ninding, can you unmute your microphone yet? Is there anything that tells you to unmute? You cannot. Okay, I'm sorry. Just listen then, okay?
Let me try again. Okay, you see the at the middle of the screen. At the middle of the screen of your cell phone screen, it show unmute button. Push that button.
Cannot find it. Don't see it. Don't see unmute.
Push the unmute button. Push that. You see that? You see the unmute button? You push it.
Take your finger to it. Tap on it. Tap on the unmute.
Yeah.
No. Okay, sorry. If you can do any time, just do it, okay? In the meantime, I'll go to the next person here, which is Sarasi. Sarasi, if I could pronounce your name correctly. Where are you from?
Yes, Ajahn, I am from Switzerland,
Switzerland also. Which part of Switzerland?
from Geneva.
Geneva, okay.
Originally from Sri Lanka, but I am living in Switzerland.
Good. Welcome to our room.
I have been a regular viewer of your Zoom meeting, Ajahn, and I submit questions. Today only I joined live.
I see. You have any question tonight?
Actually, a general question, Ajahn, with regard to Vipassana meditation, the insight meditation, do we have to contemplate on the body, the uncertainty of the body and the Kayanupassana part of it in the contemplation of Vipassana meditation?
Yes, the body is a subject that we have to study or investigate to see that it is anicca, impermanent, that it is anatta, there's no self in the body, that if you have any attachment to the body, you will get dukkha. So this is something that you have to study and see it for yourself, really as it is, see the body as it is, as a no self. You're not the body is not you, and the body is subjected to change. It is subjected to aging, sickness, and death.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you study and understand and see it truly, then you can let go of your attachment to the body or the desire to have the body, to keep the body with you permanently. You cannot do this. The body is your temporary possession. One day you have to lose this body. This is vipassana, teaching your mind to let go of your attachment to this body.
Okay.
But you need the practice of samatha also, samatha bhavana, which is the practice of calming the mind first. Because if your mind is not calm, you cannot let go of your attachment. You need a calm mind in order to be able to let go of your attachment to the body.
Mm-hmm.
So you do these two practices alternatingly. You meditate to calm your mind. After you come out of your meditation, you teach your mind to let go of your attachment to your body. Understand?
Yes, Ajahn.
And not just the body. Besides the body, we also attach to the feeling. So we have to Vedana, Nupana, Vipassana. And then we also attach to the mental state, the mind, the chitta.
Mm-hmm.
But we do it step by step. We do first the body, then we go to the feeling, then we go to the mind or the mental states.
Mm-hmm.
We have to study and understand that all these three things are anicca, dukkha, anatta. The body, the feelings, and the mental state are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay, understand?
Yes, Ajahn. Thank you very much, Ajahn. It's nice to see you and hope you are doing well, and I wish you good health.
Yeah, I wish
Ajahn.
you the same thing.
Thank you, Ajahn. And hopefully, I think I will be visiting you. I want to pay respect to you, Ajahn. I'll be visiting you soon. I'm planning to.
Okay, I'll see you then when you come.
Yes, Ajahn.
Okay, I'll go to Singapore with Gary.
Good evening, Ajahn. No questions, just happy to be listening in.
Okay, so to Vancouver with Sri and Czech. Are you Siamese twin? Always together?
Siamese twin is a light, isn't it, Ajahn? They look alike.
Like the mind and the body, they are twins, but we cannot see the mind. So we think that the body is singular, but it's actually part of a twin. The mind and body goes together, but they are two different persons being connected together, like two bodies, like Siamese twins. The mind is the master, or and the body is the servant. The mind tells the body what to do.
The mind is
It's the mind that tells the body to stand up, to walk, to sit, to eat, to go here and there. It's all the command of the mind.
Yes, you have a talk. The topic is twins. Like
Yeah.
long time ago, you have a.
And one day this twin will be separated at the end of the body's life. When the body dies, then the remaining twin will continue on. The body is temporary. It can only exist for 100 years or so. Then it will have to fall apart, return back to the four elements. But the mind, the knowing element doesn't break up, so it goes on to a new body. Go on and connect with a new body. And we have rebirth. Yeah.
But the Buddha and the Arahant is no longer a
No
twin.
no rebirth, because they no longer have any desire or need to have a body. If you still have sensual pleasure, desire, then you will need to have a body in order for you to be able to access your sensual objects. You need the body with eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body to be able to access the sight, sound, smells, and tactile objects. But if there's no craving for sensual pleasure, then there's no need to have a body. The body is just an instrument, a tool used by the mind. But once you have no desire to use the body, then there's no need to have rebirth anymore.
But the third stage of enlightenment, you don't need a body anymore, right? Like for the third stage.
Once you pass the third stage, then you no longer need the body. Because you have got rid of all your sensual pleasure, desire, or craving. You don't need any sensual gratification. So you don't need to have a body. But you still attached to the mental gratification from piece of meditation. The mind still crave for jhana. Since it no longer crave for body, sensual pleasure, it switched to jhana for sensual for gratification. And when you reach that part, then you have to stop relying on jhanas to keep you happy. You have to be free of any desire. Even the desire for jhana is still considered to be creating stress or dukkha for the mind. If the mind doesn't want to have any stress or dukkha, then it will have to stop this desire for this mental state of mind, which is jhana. Once it's free of all this desire or craving, then it has nibbana. The mind has permanent peace, permanent happiness. The happiness that is born out of without any cravings left in the mind.
Mm.
Okay, how far have you gone with the four foundation of mindfulness? Forgot all about it now. Too busy. Too busy.
No, still thinking about that. Just a question, Tana, that when we train our mindfulness, like, are we trying to access to the knowing element of the mind?
We try to stop the mind from running all over the place. The mind is like a monkey right now. It wants to go here and there and everywhere. So you want to stop it with mindfulness. Tell it to stay with Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't go to the restaurant. Don't go to the movie house. Don't go to, all places.
But how about the knowing element? Like,
Well, that's the consequence. Once the mind stops thinking, then you can see the knowing element, which is always there, but it's been blocked by the thinking, by your thoughts. See, the knowing is like the screen, your computer screen. You can only see the computer screen when you turn off the screen, right? When you turn it on, then you got pictures on the screen. You don't see the screen itself anymore. So when you get rid of all the pictures that appears on the screen, then you see the screen. And the screen is like the knowing, see. The knowing is always there. It knows what's going on. It knows thinking. It knows that everything, but it cannot see itself. But when you stop the thinking, then there's nothing left for it to see. Then it sees itself.
So, Tanaja, when we see the knowing element, is it like consider enlightenment stage or?
It's a temporary enlightenment because you're at that time your defilement stop working temporarily. But after you come out of meditation, your defilement start to work again. Your craving comes back again. So you have to use wisdom to get rid of all your defilements. Yeah. And once you use wisdom, then all your defilement will be completely destroyed. Not temporarily, like using mindfulness. Then when you use wisdom to destroy all your cravings, then you have nibbana as a result. Permanent peace, permanent jhana, let's put it that way. But it's not called jhana anymore, it's just called nibbana state. Because jhanas are temporarily peace, temporarily nibbana.
So Nirvana is like permanent black screen, no
Permanent knowing without any defilement.
Yeah.
It can still think, it can still feel, but it doesn't have any defilement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
I saw Sulan. Ajahn.
We still have a few people waiting.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana.
I'll go to Diana from Wales. Hi, Diana. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I was wondering, do you see a value in psychology and psychiatry for people who have been through trauma, or do you purely advocate mindfulness?
Buddhism is the best psychology. That's what Buddhism is about, the science of the mind. And when you study Buddhism, you're studying psychology unknowingly, because we don't call Buddhism psychology, but it's psychology. It teaches you how to, what caused your mind to be restless and agitated or stressful, and it teaches you how to stop your restlessness and agitation and stress.
Yes. Yes, of course. I didn't think of it like that. But
Yes.
what about processing past trauma? Is the answer purely to be mindful, or is there a
Stop processing, because you
Okay.
don't know how to properly processing them yet. Because you have to stop your mind from processing wrongly. And once you are able to stop your mind from thinking, then you direct the mind to think of the truth,
Okay.
to think of anicca, dukkha, anatta. Everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. This is the right way of processing things to cure your mental illness. If you can
Okay.
see everything as being anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you will be cured of your mental illness.
I understand. That gives me a lot to think about. Thank you.
Okay, good. I'll go to Kafiling from Malaysia.
Good day to you, Ajaan. I have no questions for now.
Okay, go to Indonesia with Intan. Intan.
Good
Any
evening,
que-
Ajaan.
Yes, you have any question?
Yes.
What?
Ajaan, when we are cook, can we use alcohol for cooking?
When you cook, can you use what?
Alcohol?
Cocoa?
No. I mean alcohol like wine or
Oh no,
something like that.
if you keep the 5 precepts, then you cannot use alcohol, even for cooking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the second question is, I want to confirm to Ajaan, when we meditate until the state that we can know our body and our mind is separate. The mind is the knowing. At that time, the mind is mean the knowing.
Yes, the mind is the knowing, but the mind also have defilement. It still have lopa, dosa, moha, and it's still attached to the body. See? So when you come out of meditation, you have to teach the mind to let go of the attachment to the body. This is we call vipassana, or wisdom. When you come out of meditation, you should teach your mind, the body is not me. The body is somebody I use, it's my servant. And one day I have to give up this body because it's temporarily.
Okay.
Okay, understand? You have to constantly remind yourself that the body is not you. The body is your servant. You use the body to take you to wherever you want to go, to see whatever you want to see. But one day this body will get old, get sick, and die. And you must be willing to let it be. If you don't want it to get old, get sick, and die, you can get dukkha.
Yeah, understand.
Okay.
Another question, Prachan. If we are working, we have like a KPI to evaluation our job. How about meditation? Can we also evaluation our achievement or our planning, or just let it be?
When you meditate, you want to stop all your thinking. You don't want to think at all. You can think only after you come out of meditation. Right now,
Yeah.
right now you can think all you want, but it's not good to think. Think with you should think with wisdom rather than think with delusion.
No,
Usually
I mean,
you
no, Rajan, I mean, can we make a planning like how
planning.
we yeah, we have a planning. We make a planning, or we make a goal. What we want to achieve. Can we do like that, or just let it be?
Well, you can make planning, but you can also tell yourself that this planning cannot be. It's not certain whether you can stick to what you plan or not. because everything is anicca.
Okay.
So that way you can be flexible. You plan to go to Bangkok and then something happened, you cannot go to Bangkok. Then you say, okay, this is anicca. So you don't get sad. But if you stick to your plan and you want to go to the Bangkok, then you can become sad because you cannot go to Bangkok. So you have to plan with flexibility because everything is anicca. You don't know, maybe you die before you go to do you before you die before you can do what you plan to do, or get sick, or something. So this is, you always have to have this anicca in the back of your part of your plan, whatever you plan.
Yeah.
Then you will not be sad when you cannot do what you plan to do. So you always have to think of anicca, dukkha, anatta in the back of your mind. With everything that you think or plan, things can be anicca, dukkha, anatta. Any planning can also be anicca, dukkha, anatta. But you still plan because sometimes it goes according to your plan, but sometimes it doesn't go according to your plan. So you have to be ready for either one, either outcome. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't succeed. And then you also have to plan for dying also. Have you planned for your dying also, your death? Where you're going to be buried? Why not? This is going to happen also, right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, understand.
If you plan for your funeral, then you don't want to plan for anything else, would you? Because no matter how much you do, how much money you make, you're going to have to end up in the funeral anyway. So that's why the Buddha keeps telling us to remind of our real plan, which is we're going to get old, get sick, and die. This is the best plan for the mind, so that the mind can be ready to let go of the body when it happens. Okay, plan to get old, plan to get sick, and plan to die.
Yeah.
When you get old, get sick, and die, then you will not be sad because you have succeeded. You're planning. You have achieved what you plan to do. You plan to get old, you plan to get sick, and you plan to die. So when you get old, you're happy. You get sick, you're happy. When you die, you're happy because you get what you want, right? Okay, this is the best planning. Try to do this planning. Think of this planning every day, all the time, all day long. Then you won't have to do anything. Then what is the point of making money? What is the point of having everything? In the end, you're gonna have to lose them all anyway. The problem is you don't plan. See? So you think you're gonna live forever. You're not gonna get sick. You're not gonna get old.
Yeah, this is my development.
Okay, your delusion.
My delusion.
Avijja. Not knowing the real plan. What is the real plan? The real plan is to get old, get sick, and die. Okay.
Understand, Rajan.
All right. I'll go to Sulan. Hi, Sulan. How are you? From Singapore.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. How about you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Yeah.
You have any planning yet? Have you made your plan yet?
I haven't made my plan yet. Yeah,
you should,
yes, as in I was hearing what you were sharing just now, and then it also came across my mind, like when after a person die, then usually people will have to embalm the body by like taking out the organs,
then pumping all the chemicals inside. Then it's either you know, the corpse will be buried or it will be cremated. Yeah, so when I think about all this, kind of bring some uncomfortable feelings in me. Yeah.
Because your environment doesn't want to have this to happen to you, see? To your body, not to you, to your body.
Oh, yes. Mm.
But if you keep thinking about it, eventually your mind will be able to accept it.
Mm.
Okay. Because it's not going to be anything else. This is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, accept it or not.
Yes.
If you accept, then you can be happy.
Mm.
If you don't accept, then you can be sad.
Mm. It's true. Mm.
Okay, try to accept. Try to make this planning in your mind. I plan to get old. I plan to get sick. I plan to die.
Yeah. I have to make this mental preparation for myself. Yeah.
The Buddha said you are subjected to aging, sickness, and death.
Mm.
So it's the same thing. Like you have to plan for getting old, getting sick, and die.
Mm. Yes.
So when you have planning, then when it happens, then no problem. You know exactly what to do.
Mm. Yes. And I heard that one of my friends shared that like to the person that is dying, he or she will need to let go of everything. So in fact, the person that is dying is suffering the most compared to the people that are living, because the people that are living only lose that one person, but the person that's dying is have to let go of everything. So he or she will suffer the most than the one that is dying.
It's not how much you have to leave behind you that causes you to suffer the most. What causes you to suffer the most is the intensity of your attachment to things. If you're not attached to things at all, then you will not suffer at all.
Mm.
Like the Buddha and the noble disciple, they're not attached to anything, so they don't suffer.
Mm.
So you have to learn to let go, learn to let go of your attachment. Do not cling to anything.
Mm.
Look at everything as anicca, temporarily.
Mm.
Anatta, not under your control.
Not under my control. Mm.
Okay, I think we're running almost out of time. I have to go to the...
Yeah.
Okay, before I go to Facebook, let me ask Ning again. Can you still talk? Can you unmute your microphone? Can you? No, cannot. Okay, I'm sorry. And we'll go to Facebook for more questions. Kun Pon.
ครับหลวงพ่อครับ we have 12 questions this evening so far. 5 questions from the assistant email. The first question from Sam from Australia. I've been reading and listening to Ajaan's Dhammatalk, trying to keep the 5 precepts as much as possible and doing dana regularly and starting to meditate recently. Could Ajaan please give advice on how to become a Sotapanna as a lay person?
Well, you have to study and see that the body isn't you. And there's no self in this body. There's no you or I in this body. The body is just made up of the 4 elements. When they combine, they become the 32 parts. So you have to see the body clearly, truly, that there is no self in this body. You are not the body. You're just a user of this body. So you must let go of your attachment to this body. You must accept the aging, sickness, and death of this body. If you can accept this, then you can become a Sotapanna.
4 questions from Samanji. The first question, where are Deva and Brahma realms situated?
We call this a spiritual realm. All of us, even human, the mind of human like us also exists in the spiritual realms. We don't exist in this physical realm. The physical realm only is the body that exists. Anything that's physical is in the physical realm. Anything that is mental or spiritual exists in the spiritual realm. And these realms are divided according to the level of happiness or suffering.
And the second question, out of the 5 precepts, the most difficult is to abstain from telling lies. How to abstain from telling even a small lie?
Don't say anything. Shut up.
And sometimes we have to abstain from telling the truth to save a certain relationships, maintaining peace at the office. Should we always tell the truth at any cost?
You don't have to tell the truth if you think it will cost you something. You just stay quiet, that's all. Just don't say anything.
The next question, if a male is interested in entering the Buddhist order, he can become a monk. But for a female, it is not possible to become a bhikkhuni. Can the male bhikkhu in Buddhist country take the initiative to set up the bhikkhuni order again?
Unfortunately not, because this thing has been laid down by the Buddha himself. And we cannot reinitiate the bhikkhuni ordination. Because in order to ordain a bhikkhuni, you need a bhikkhuni sangha to do it, along with the bhikkhu sangha. Without a bhikkhuni sangha, we cannot do the bhikkhuni ordination anymore.
And the next 2 questions from Tannik. First question, should a married person try to get rid of sexual desire as part of the practice?
Well, it depends on what you want. See. If you want to become enlightened, then you have to give up your sexual activities. If you want to have spiritual achievement, you need to give up your sexual activity.
The second question, is it necessary to get rid of sexual desire?
It depends on whether you want to or not, see, and whether you have the ability, the strength to resist your sexual desire or not.
Next question from Lee Tek Hua. Ajaan, it has been said that if one offers light, one will get merit. Does offering a light really give us merit?
Light is something
light.
Like brightness?
Brightness.
I don't know what you mean by giving light. You mean giving flashlight or something to...
Maybe a candle or something.
A candle or something. Well, it really it's just another material that you give, that's all. And you get the same merit as if you give food or you give up clothing.
Okay. The next question from Darren. Ajaan, when I meditate, at most I can only reach up to the 2nd and the 3rd jhana. May I ask what is holding me back from reaching ekaggata? How do I progress to the next level so I can attain upekkha?
Your persistence, I guess. You need persistence. You have to keep up. Perseverance.
And the next 3 questions from Lisa Tan. One time I tried to help a stroke patient to the emergency room with public service healthcare. Then afterwards, one of the family members asked why I didn't admit the patient to private service. Because the patient is an elderly person. It sounds the family member was not happy with the option taken and blamed me. So the first question, how should I react to this kind of family member response and mindset?
You don't have to react to them. Just listen to what they say and then move on. Forget about it.
second question, should we be more concerned and think twice when we want to help people who is sick and require emergency action?
Well, if you can think, then that would be good. But sometimes when you're under a certain situation, sometimes you might not have enough time to think properly. But as long as you have good intention and you want to help that person, I don't think that should be any bad thing. You know?
And the last question, should I help or just leave the family alone in the future?
It's up to you.
That is all.
Okay. That's all the time we have also for tonight. Sorry about that, Ning. I hope next time you might be able to talk with us. Okay. Okay. I hope this meeting is beneficial to you and help you understand better the practice of Buddhism, and maybe one day we'll get you to become enlightened. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
กราบสาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Thank you พระอาจารย์
Thank you, Thanajan.
so much, Prajan.
Take care, everyone.
and admin team.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Night.
admin team.
Ajaan.
Thank you,
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, admin team.
ขอบคุณแอดมินทุกคนเลยนะครับสวัสดีครับ
อนุโมทนาบุญค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.
บ๊ายบาย